This video encapsulates the importance and the hows of student-student interaction.
In 1989, Michael G. Moore proposed that meaningful interactions in a distance education course fall into three types: learners interacting with content or subject matter, learners interacting with each other, and learners interacting with an instructor or teacher. Furthermore, he encouraged instructors to plan for all three types of interaction in their courses. This video will discuss learners' interaction with each other in an asynchronous online course. It includes some simple and practical techniques and tools for increasing this type of interaction that you can start adding to your course today. Why is learner interaction important? A whole body of extensive research discusses the topic of building an online community of inquiry. Garrison and Cleveland-Ennis describe a community of inquiry that, quote, integrates cognitive, social, and teaching elements that go beyond social exchanges and low-level cognitive interaction, end quote. Rovai found, quote, a positive, significant relationship between a sense of community and cognitive learning, end quote. Importantly, Garrison and Cleveland-Ennis stress that mere interaction is not enough. What is needed for deep learning is well-planned, well-facilitated, critical discourse. Also very important is communicating with students what is expected of them in terms of how and how much they interact with each other. Emphasize the importance of learning with and from each other, and put weight behind your expectations by linking the quality of their interaction to a graded item. How does an instructor build community and create opportunities for critical discourse between students in an online asynchronous course in order to create a community of inquiry? We'll look at three different ways that you can do this, including discussion forums, peer review, and collaborative projects. Online forums within Moodle or other learning management systems naturally provide opportunities for interaction between students. Don't feel obligated to include a discussion every week, though. Remember, quality over quantity. Make sure that the discussion forum activity fits with the learning outcomes for the week. How does one elevate the interactions within discussion forums to be true critical discourse? Let's look at some ideas to help go beyond simple prompts that might lead to lots of simple, I agree, and good point responses. Keep in mind that creating small groupings for discussions can make them more productive and valuable than trying to have 20 or more people involved in one conversation. One idea is to set up your discussion forum like a debate. Assign a side to each student and have them create an argument for that side, as well as respond to postings on the other side of the debate. Another idea is to select articles that present different perspectives on a topic. Assign one article to some students and another article to others. For the discussion, have students from different groups come together to present the perspectives and to compare and contrast or come to consensus. A third discussion forum idea is to use the fishbowl technique. Some students, the fish in the fishbowl, actively participate in the discussion, while the others observe and reflect on the discussion itself, as well as the topics being discussed. Now let's talk about peer review of work as a way to get students interacting. Peer review of work, perhaps at the rough draft stage, is another way to ignite critical discourse. For the greatest success, explain to your students the key benefits of peer review, which include practice providing constructive feedback and the ability to better assess their own work. Provide a model of respective commentary on work and a quality rubric for students to use when providing feedback to their peers. Last, collaborative group work can encourage critical discourse. Simple collaborations might include working together on a case study. More elaborate collaborations might require producing a paper or presentation or project over the course of the semester. Good design of group work is critical to maximize success and minimize frustration. Be sure to communicate expectations clearly, both for participation and for the final product. Also key is making sure the design of the group work and the rubric for participation does not allow them to simply divide and conquer the work, which would not require them to engage in critical discourse. Regardless of how you plan for and encourage critical discourse between students, alignment with your module and course learning objectives is important for buy-in. Make sure that what you're asking your students to do, the interactions that you encourage and require, help them achieve the learning objectives you've stated in your course syllabus. Tell your students how their thoughtful participation and interaction with each other will help them in the course and further them toward achieving the course learning outcomes to get more buy-in. For more tips on planning for interactions in your online course, watch the other videos in this series, including those focusing on student content interaction and student-instructor interaction. And use this list to find work cited in this video and resources for more information.
Here are some ways to intentionally enhance student-student interactions. First is create complex learning activities. Complex activities are challenging, engaging, stimulating, and require positive interdependence, a situation in which attaining the goal, completing the task, being successful, and getting a good grade requires teamwork and knowledge sharing. Second is higher order thinking online discussions. It allows students to go online and meet with other learners, post their ideas, defend and challenge others' viewpoints, build on others' ideas, and present or defend their own opinions in a thoughtful and logical manner. Inject fun in the learning process. Online games using web-based applications such as Kahoot will certainly add a bit of fun and friendly competition in the class. Let students teach. Remember the learning pyramid? Inviting your students to teach, such as through student-led discussion boards or student-authored video lectures and presentation, gives them ownership of their learning. The act of teaching prompts students to think explicitly about how to memorize and recall information, as well as how to synthesize and translate that information in a manner their peers can understand. Moreover, it helps students feel that they are meaningful contributors to a dynamic community of inquiry. Learners interact with each other in an informal basis over Facebook or other social media platform. From the perspective, Facebook group is an incredibly strong platform for student-student interaction. Research revealed that the use of social media in flexible learning is important as they ease student-student interaction and increase motivation of the learners. Now, there are other social media platforms that students can explore, like Kumo Space or Discord.